Hi Sue. Hello there. How are you? Hi Sue. Hi Tracy. How are you? Hello Catherine. How are you, Flower? Hello there. Hi Margaret. Good afternoon everybody. Hello Lucy. How are you, Flower? Hello there. Hi Karen. You can see my hands. Always going to moisturise them before the live. I didn't make it. Hi Pat. Hi Lynn. I didn't moisturise my hands. I forgot that bit. Hi Angela. I'm very well, thank you, Angela. Are you? Hi Caroline. It's suddenly, because I've gone live, it's gone really dark. Hello Holly. How are you? Hi Penny. Hi Jennifer. Good afternoon Shirl. How is everybody? Hi Inga. Hello there. Hi Tracy. Good afternoon everybody. Hope you're all well. Good afternoon Jane. Good afternoon. Hi Debbie. Have you finished work, Deb? Have you finished work? Hello Belinda. Can you can you hear my creaky chair? Listen. It's really creaky. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Hi, James. Good afternoon. Hi, Angela. I've got a creaky chair. Listen, listen. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Karen. Hi, Erica. I said hi. Hi, Sue. Hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Good afternoon, Jane. Have you got all your goodies ready, Jane? Hi, Beverly. How are you, Beverly? I've just put the heating on, Jennifer, but now I'm boiling. I'm boiling now. I've been waiting for a food delivery. It was due at 11 a.m. and it's still not turned up, Lucy. Well, isn't that typical? Hi, Karen. Hi, Karen. Oh, two Karens at the same time. Hi, Neat. And James says, hi, Wendy. Mine is creaking. Mine is creeping. Is yours creeping or creaking, Belinda? Mine's not creeping, but it's creaking. My chair is definitely creaking. That or it's my legs. I know. I think it's my legs. Hey, I do creak now and then, you know. Now I'm getting older, I do creak. You know when you get out of a car or you get up off a seat and you go, oh, I always said I wasn't going to do that because my mum used to do it. And I always said that when I got out of a chair, I wouldn't do that. And I do it. Hi, June. Hi, Flower. Have you missed me creaky chair, Belinda? Hi, Becky. Hi, Helen. Good afternoon, Patricia. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very well, Sue. I think everybody seems to be well. Hi, Mia. Hello there. Could be Maya, actually. Hello there. Hi, Shirley. My typing is... You should have seen my typing to June earlier on, Belinda. It didn't make an ounce of sense. Hello, Hugh. Hello there. My ankles creak. Oh, as you're walking up the stairs. Actually, my knees make a funny noise. Oh, listen at us all. We sound about 103. It's like, welcome to Old Age Anonymous. Hello, Serena. You know, what part of your body creaks? Hello. Oh, no. Hello, Katie. Hello there. Hello, Tracy. I'm terrible. I creak all the time. And I said I wasn't going to do that like my mum does, but I do. Your stamps are so beautiful that I can't make anything. I just spent time to... Actually, I looked at mine as well, Mia. I just looked at them for a while. I do stroke things as well. My MDF baubles have come. Baubles have come from Amazon. Yes, I'm not making this one. This is a variation. I'm making this one. But I wanted to show you the variation. I've put some cream on, Anne. The doctor says I need to rest it for 6 weeks. Yeah, right. Tracy's typing. Good job I've got an ology in nonsense. I told you. You tell him, June, what my typing's like. My typing's terrible. Oh, Belinda, that's lovely. You see, it's Old Age Anonymous here. I'm late even when I set an alarm. You see, there's no hope for Janet. Janet sets an alarm and then she's late. Oh, just back in time. Got back from the garden centre, but the planted pot down there's... Oh no, there's a great big crack in it. Oh no. I went to the garden centre as well and bought some plants. Oh, Lucy's ordered baubles. I like the baubles. They're lovely. I like the baubles. I'm supposed to rest it for 6 weeks, but that's not happening, is it? I mean, come on. There's no chance. No chance at all. Yes, I do wear a brace for a couple of hours, Karen. Yes, I do. But that makes me hand ache as well. How's that resting going? It isn't, James. I don't rest. Oh, here we go. Janet's on the G&T. Hang on a minute. What time is it? 4:33 and Janet's on the G&T. We'll give you a bad name, Janet. We'll give you a bad name. If Janet isn't on the G&T, she's on the champagne, the pink champagne. Oh, and Diane, I've got some MDF Christmas baubles. Yay, let's look out for Diane's projects. And Janet had some delivered. Oh no, I don't rest. It's too boring resting is, isn't it? Don't you think? It's too boring if you rest. It's all right. Hope we haven't done anything. Tracy's just waffled for England. Oh, you've got me on bigger picture, have you, Tracy? I should have moisturised my hands. Well, it's 5 p.m. somewhere. Janet's pre-dinner drinks. Go, Janet. Pre-dinner drinks at 4:34. Oh, yes, these baubles. Hang on. I bought some of these baubles to use with my pine cone and my birds. I do apologise for the dog barking. That's my cough. Sorry about that. So yes, I've used some of these MDF baubles. I'm sorry, I'm doing my dog bark cough. Sorry about that. It's very, very ladylike. Don't have time. Exactly, Belinda. Resting times, well, you know, I don't need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this card, but I just wanted to show you a variation on it as well. So that was the variation. G&T sounds good to me. Don't encourage Janet. She's terrible. Yes, the baubles look lovely. So that's one of the wooden baubles. So I used the wooden bauble on that, but I've just used circles on this. Bog Dark. Honestly, I knew you'd spot that, Lucy. Bog Dark instead of dog bark. Listen, I haven't done a Facebook Live for a while. My words don't come out properly. You didn't expect any sense, did you, really, today? You didn't expect me to come out with any sense, did you? Not really. Come on. Now Harriet's looking for her baubles now. She says, where did I put them? Where did I put them? Hello, Yvonne. How are you? Are you back in the chat zone? We're all taking the mickey out of Janet because she's already got a G&T, but she doesn't need any encouragement. So I'm going to make this card and I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to enjoy myself, mainly because it's so hot in this room now. It's about 90 degrees in my little room because I've put the heating on and I've got no energy to rush now. I haven't had any alcohol for a month. I haven't had any alcohol for 32 years. You can find the baubles on Amazon. Bloody need it though, with work. I'm not surprised, Serena. I'm not surprised. Oh, you see, Debbie says she's got some baubles somewhere. Yes, I've got my mica flakes. Look, my mica flakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some cling film. I'm going to use some cling film. What size? The baubles. What size are the baubles? Of course, it would be too logical if there was a size on. Hang on a minute. Oops. The baubles are 2 3/4 inches in width. 2 3/4 inches in width. That's what the baubles are. 2 3/4 inches. Plastic wrap to you, yes. So just cling film. Oh, I have that product, cling film. And on ammo. I've got everything out except cling film. You go and get cling film then, Karen. I'll wait for you. Karen's crafting along with me. And Jane. And I've forgotten. So I've got my cling film, which is an expensive product. So I could only spare a bit. Ian says to me, don't use all the cling film. We haven't got much. We've only got that one packet and it's half gone. That's what he said to me. I don't know how much cling film he thought I was going to use. Just sprinted to the kitchen. Jane sprinted to the kitchen. Oh, Janet has got tonic water. Looky here. I couldn't get any today. Ian got some today from the smaller supermarkets, Yvonne. I can now use that cling film that doesn't cling. Exactly, Jane. Who needs cling film? And Janet, oh, for goodness sake. Karen's even I don't do millimetres. I do inches. That's me. Inches. So what I'm going to use, we have to watch out that we're on cling film. Oh, bless, Baubles orders, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow. So I'm using 2 colour blues. These are new colours. It's a good job I'm not using toilet roll. Karen's back. Have you got some cling film, Karen? So Jan says it's a good job I'm not using toilet roll. Oh, no, we're not. Slot booked for next week. No, Ian was not very happy that I used that much cling film. I said he could have it back after I'd used the paint. I said I could have sent it back after I'd used the paint, but he wasn't interested in that. So what I'm using crispy blue. Is that crispy blue? Yeah, crispy blue and azure. Azure. Oh, it sounds very posh, doesn't it? Azure and crispy blue. So them are the 2 colours that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to use the crispy blue first. Yep, looking for... because we have limits on... Oh, not toilet roll again. There can't be limits on toilet roll again, for goodness sake. So what is I'm just going to use my cling film. Just dab the paint up, and then I'm just going to dab just very lightly onto the background of my card. So I'm just going to dab very lightly. I just want to make it so it's a very light touch. I don't want to add. Don't press too hard when you're adding it. Use a very light touch. Are you invoicing, Carol? Oh, I hope that's good in bad invoicing. I hope that's the good invoicing. So you get your texture from your cling film. If you use your cling film, you get the texture. Here, but just watching with interest. Love the blues. Hi, Gina. Sending a hug, Gina. So I'm just using that lovely, which one's this? Crispy blue. And it is a lovely blue, I have to say. So I got this from James. And it's a lovely blue. Really lovely. So nice. So you're just adding a delicate touch of that blue. What colours of paint, Jennifer? They are crispy blue and azure. So yes, bubble wrap, it would work, but you'd obviously get the circles. I'm trying to get very light lines. So I'm using the cling film because you can still use your bubble wrap. You'll get a lovely background, but it'll be different than the cling film. Did you have trouble finding me, Carmel? I haven't done much, Carmel. All as I've done is I've added some crispy blue paint to my cling film, and then I'm just dabbing around my card. Hello, Marjorie. And I'm just going to dab a little bit of the azure as well, just to give me a two-tone effect with the cling film. So I'm going to, that's probably, you hardly use any paint and you dab out the excess, remove the excess so that you've not got too much of that excess. And this will just give you the darker tones. I will lift this up so you can see the darker tones as well. Just thought bubble wrap if out of cling film, since we probably have some from Ord. Exactly, Belinda. Yes, it'll give you a different look. It won't be quite as textural and you'll have those bubbles instead, but still a lovely background. The cling film definitely gives a different background. Let me just hold that up so you can see, and you can reuse your cling film, but it definitely gives a different look, a totally different look. You're very welcome, Carmel. So it's a totally different look with your cling film because you get lines and inulations. And Anne says, hi Carmel, long time no see. I just arrived. Or a plastic bag, yes, as long as you can crumple it and you get it all wrinkly like this, so you get some wrinkly lines. Just so you get some wrinkly lines. And you really don't use much paint at all. So I'm just going to place that on one side just for a second. Let's move the card out the way. I'm just going to place that on one side. It's a good job I'm in the kitchen and collecting all the supplies whilst cooking. Rizwana's collecting all the supplies. That's so funny. So what I'm going to do now is just do a little bit on my baubles as well. Just a little bit on my baubles. So just make sure that you dab the excess off and then just dab a little bit onto your little circles. So I'm just dabbing a little bit onto the circles as well, just so that that coordinates with my background. And you hardly use any paint. Are there numbers on cling film in England? I don't think there is actually, Hope. I don't think there is. Oh no, Jan. Jan says she could use the cellulite on a leg. Now I've got visions of you, Jan, trying to aim your leg onto the circular cutout pieces. That I want to see. That I want to see. So I'm just adding a little bit of this texture, and you can use this cling film over and over again. No problem, Judith. Hello there. We're just using a piece of cling film, Judith, just to add some paint just to the background of my circular pieces. And it's a lovely way to add a delicate touch of that paint just to give it a different feel. And you don't want much of the paint. You don't want too much of the paint. You just want it to be a light touch. And it's great because you can carry on using this, you know, for quite a long time, this piece of cling film. I'll be able to use this cling film tomorrow as well. So I'll just get a clean baby wipe. My daughter and I use that cling film in huge sides. In other words, shipping shrink wrap and paint to do this technique. On the dining room walls. Look, oh yes, on the dining room walls, yes. So I'm just going to wipe that up just so that I've got my paint out of the way. I can see a head on the back of the neck. Can anyone else see it? Oh, bless you, Fiona. I can't listen to myself back. Oh, it makes me cringe when I listen to myself backwards. Oh, I never listen to the videos. Oh, no. So can you see that those circles then coordinate with that lovely background? It was beautiful, but it's a two-person... Oh, yes, can you imagine doing this on a wall? It's definitely a two-man job. And now people can see faces. Hello, Sachu. Hello there. Welcome from Finland. So I'm just got my background, and what's good about it is it dries really quickly. So it's lovely. It dries really quickly. So let's move those circles out of the way. Oh, I can't watch my lives back, Tracy. No, thank you. When I've listened to my droning voice all day, I don't need to listen to it on a live as well. Hello, Eileen. How are you? How are you, Eileen? Hope your mum's okay. So I'm just using ink pads. Look at that. I've done a bit of cling film, and look at the state of my hands already. So, hello, Mandy. So what I'm doing now is I'm using Paradise and Bluebell. I'm the same, Tracy. I'm just the same. Hello, Lynn. Hello there. Hello, Deirdre. So I'm just using Bluebell and Paradise. Do you know, it takes me ages to see them in this light. And I'm using my A6 stamp set. Don't ask me where any labels or tags are. I mean, I just can't find a thing in this. This desk is just... I'm using this stamp set. Good afternoon, Gina. It has been a while, Gina. It has. Oh, no, Belinda, I can't. Hello, Alma. So I'm using this stamp set to give me my background. So I'm going to start off with the Paradise first. I just want to start singing. My son used to sing. Who used to sing Paradise? Who was that? Who was that? I've forgotten the name. My son used to sing it all the time. And Karen says, hi, Eileen. So, who was it? I can't think of the group that used to sing. My son used to sing there in the lounge. Coldplay, that's it. Thank you, Anne. My son used to shout that all the time. He used to sit there when he was really little going, Paradise. So that's all I've got in my head now. I'm using this Paradise ink pad. Yes, I know, I'm very normal. Coldplay. You see, I'm not very good at remembering groups. I'm useless. Oh, if Paradise was half as nice. So I'm now going to stamp this over my background. So I'm going to add this over my background. And I'm not using an acrylic block. I'm going to use it as is. My youngest used to sing that all the time. He loved it. So Rizwana, my son, was exactly the same. He's 24 now, but this is when he was really young. He used to shout it in the back of the car, singing it. And it did make me laugh. It did make me laugh. So as soon as I said Paradise then, that was the first thing that I thought of. It was the first thing I thought of. So that gives me a lovely backdrop. I just love that. Just think that background's so nice. I had Thomas the Tank tune from my... Oh, I had Thomas the Tank as well. Yes, my son's 24 now, Eileen, and my daughter's 20. And it feels like 5 minutes ago when I started crafting, and they were only 3 and 7 months. I finally called to live. Hello, Mitziana. Hello there. Welcome. So I'm just going to blot that just to make sure that that ink is nice and dry, because I just want to tone it down a little bit. So I'm just blotting that ink. As you can see, you get quite a bit of ink off there. So I'm just blotting that. My son just loved rappers. All day I heard rap music from him. And in school, 50 cents, 2-pack. And yes, I think mine did as well. 34, Tracy. Wow. 34. Wow. So that's now dry enough for me. So what I want to do is I want to tone it down a little bit. Hello, Shabnese. Just got home from school run. I'll have to watch the beginning later. No problem, Shabnese. We actually used cling film. No, it's not a colour I've used much, Jane, but I have to say I've changed my mind. Belinda says mine is 44. Eek! Belinda. Wow. Sorry, Belinda, I didn't think you were that old. I'm sorry. 44. Wow. Oh, no, we do not want that. What I want now is I want some gesso. I want a little bit of gesso. So I've got my brayer and a little bit of gesso. You don't need much gesso. Mine is mine are 12 and 9. Lovely ages. I remember mine were 12 and 9. My son is 47. Oh, Janet, wow, that's nearly my age. Mine is 42, just got engaged. Oh, that's wonderful news, Hope. What wonderful news. I'm older than Did. And James's 2 daughters, 11 and 6. 11 and 6, such cute ages. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tone down the blue with the gesso. And the gesso will just stick to the lettering, and the blue, it'll just stick to the background and tone it down a little bit. It'll just tone everything down and give it a little bit of a snowy effect. I'll just hold it up so you can see. Oh, Vanessa's a 41 and 43. So if you look closely, you can see 44 and 42. Ooh. If you look closely, the white gesso clings to the blue. The white gesso clings to the blue. I'm hoping you can see that in the camera. It actually clings to the blue so that it tones it down. So that's why you use the gesso. The gesso on top of the ink tones it down. Oh, I feel quite young now. I feel quite young. That's it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Apart from James, his children are super young, so I don't feel young when I'm around James. So that just tones it down. You see, I feel quite young now. Thank you. My daughter is 53. Wow. You see, Doreen's old enough to be my mum. Oh, I feel really young now. Thank you, Doreen. Oh, 36 and 18. Wow, great. That's a huge difference. Wow. So I just love them. And the gesso really sticks. And the paint underneath, you can't tell. When you look at it in real life, you can't tell what's come first. The paint, the stamping, or the gesso. So you can't tell. Hey, it makes a change. I feel young, Belinda. Trust me. I always feel old when I'm with James, you see. He's not that much younger than me. Just let me point out, you know, it's not like I'm decrepit. I just don't want James to feel too young. Let me bring him back down to earth a bit. I don't want him feeling too young. I don't mind Emma, but me and Emma like to bring James back down a peg or two. Is Olga here? I've not seen Olga. Where's Olga? Oh, yes, we might be having another live, me and Olga. We just might be having another live. 38, 28, 26, 16. Good grief, I can only manage with 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp the pine cone, and you're only going to get, you're not going to get a pit. We have to keep you in line, James, me and Emma do. We have to keep you in line. Yes, she's still got a t-shirt, Olga has. Hello, Olga. Hi there. How are you, Chuck? She's my partner in crime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add part of the pine cone to my background. Now, you're not going to get a crisp image. It's just some subtle detail in the background. Because I've got that chalky finish from the gesso, it'll just give me part of the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pine cone stamp. And I'm just going to ink this bit here. I'm just because it's got a pine cone on doesn't mean that you can't use it, you know, sort of part of the image. Oh yes, definitely, Mary, definitely. So I'm just inking part of the pine cone up. The background stamp, I just love it. I love the background stamp. I just feel like it's a really good, and if you only want to add part of the image, which I do a lot, I'm trying to show that you can use the whole thing or you can just use parts of it. So that's the whole thing with your stamp sets. So I love using just parts of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just inking part of the branch. Now, you don't always have to use the whole image. You can use part of it if you want. Now, just remember that you're stamping onto quite a few layers. You're stamping onto gesso, you're stamping onto another ink layer. So it's not going to be as dark as it normally is. Oh, there you go. Somebody's speaking in Polish now. I presume that means hi, Olga. You see, you can't get me speaking Polish. No problem, Anne. You go and enjoy your cooking. You go and enjoy your cooking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add some of this, part of this branch, just here on the background. And I'm just going to allow that ink to sit. I added earlier as a comment. The blue one, you want to know the blues? The blues are crispy blue and azure. Crispy blue and azure. Those are the 2 blues that I'm using. Crispy blue and azure. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Hello, Lynn. As I raced. Oh, bless Kay. I hope you haven't got a speeding ticket. I raced home, she said. No, I hope you haven't got a speeding ticket. That's the last thing that you need. So I'm just allowing that ink to sit a little bit longer, mainly because I've got quite a few layers, especially with that gesso layer as well. Especially with that gesso layer, even though it's only a fine layer, I've still got a really good layer of gesso. So there you go. You've got your subtle touch of the black. Let me just clean that up. I'm almost 40 and I feel like the eldest one in the group sometimes. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, 40's young. Oh, we're super, do you know, I'm taking that. If we're super cool ladies, I'm taking that at my age. At my age, being called super cool is quite an achievement. I'm taking that. Invoicing finished. Let's hope it's right. Trying to concentrate while you two make me kiddle. So I'm just going to blot that just to make sure that we're nice and dry, because I'm not going to bother using a heat tool. So at the moment, you're just building up the layers. We're just building up the layers. 67 heat, that's only young, Lynn. 67 and 69, you're as young as the man you feel. That's young, that is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp my 2 circles. I'm going to stamp my 2 circles. Oh, a special birthday, Colleen. A special birthday. The golden oldies. 40's young, exactly. And I tell you what, if we're classed as cool, I'm keeping that if we're cool. Nobody's taking that away from me, being called cool. I'm never called cool. I used to be called cool when I was young. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use one of my bird stamps. I'm going to use one of the bird stamps. So this is the one I'm using first. Nearly 53 going on 18. Yeah, about like me there is, Tracy. That's about like me. It's not old at all. Told you we're old. No, no, not old. 60. He is 74. Oh, bless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bird image here. So I'm going to use this one for the first bauble. So that's the one I'm going to use. Now, what I'm going to do this time is initially for the first layer, I'm 46 and Ian's 59. That's young, Serena. I'm liking all this gossip. And Janet's a young 72. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp in grey. Mainly because I want some of the imagery to remain in the background. Month hit 64. That's still young, Belinda. That's young. So I'm using a grey ink pad. So I'm using Morning Mist. Now, the reason I'm using the Morning Mist is because I'm going to add a 3D layer. And I want to make sure that some of it stays in the background. And Karen's 68. You see, you're all young. You're not that old at all. You're not that old at all. Hey, we're in our golden years. That I'm sticking to that. We're in our golden years. I love this set, Michelle. So what I'm going to do is just stamp the bird. And obviously you're not going to get the whole bird on there. And I'm stamping it in grey. There's a reason I'm stamping it in grey. I'm 67 last week and 47th wedding anniversary. Wow, Vanessa. Said Poppy, if you've been married 47, shouldn't you be dead? Oh, what a shame, Vanessa. Is that what she said? If you've been married 47 years, shouldn't you be dead? I'm 55 with a 17-year-old boy. Did I party in my youth? Hey, we're giving away all our secrets here. We're giving away all our secrets. So what I'm doing is I'm just stamping in the grey. So as you can see, at the moment, this bit remains in the background. It remains in the background. So what I'm going to do now is get my other bird. So we'll just put this one back and then we're going to get my other bird because I need to stamp them again onto some backgrounds. So we'll just get the other bird. So the other bird is from the bird song. So I'm going to use this one this time, this bird stamp, just to vary it up a little bit, just to give me a different bird. Hello, Joe. Hello there. How are you? Hope your day's gone well. So again, I'm stamping in the grey. I'm going to stamp in the grey just to keep some of it in the background. We will be over stamping with black with another image. So I'm just stamping this in grey, which is the Morning Mist, just to keep that text in the background of the stamp, in the background of the bauble. That one reminds me of a woodpecker. Yes, it definitely could be. So I'm just going to add this to here. And obviously, I'm just creating this as a Christmas card, but it doesn't have to be created as a Christmas card by any stretch, because obviously birds are used all year through. So it can be any. It's just to show you that you can adapt your stamp sets for varying seasons. Aren't grandchildren priceless? They're hilarious. They're hilarious, Sheila. Or shouldn't you be dead? Because you've been married for 47 years. That is so funny. I can't tell you how hot it is in my... I feel like I'm being cooked. It's that hot in my room. So that now stays in the background. So these are in the background. So I need to make them pop a little bit more, but we're going to stick those down so that I've got them in the right place. I see I have to settle down those bits. I see I have to... Wait, did you get both birds, Olga? Oh, thank you, Betty. Did you get both bird sets, Olga, or did you just get one? I can't remember. So I'm just going to stick these down, but now they need a bit of life. They need a bit of life. I want one. Bring a smaller clip. I think he's got plans, yes, but I don't know when it is. I don't know when it is as yet. But yes, he has got plans. But I don't know when that plan is. But yes, he has. Yes, sparrow. Correct. So I'm just going to add these to my card. But then they need a little bit more life. So we're going to give them a little bit more life. We're going to give them a little bit more life. So we're going to give them a little bit more life. Like so. So what I want to do now is I want to make them pop a little bit more. So I just need a scrap of card. So we need some scrap of card. Let's just move those on one side just while we get a scrap of card. And then what I want to do is go back to my paints. So I want to go back to the crispy blue and the azure. So I want to go back to the azure. I teach there, ask, am I as old as these books? Am I as old as these books? That is so funny. So I'm just adding more of the paler colour and a touch of the darker colour. So more of the crispy blue and less of the azure. So I'm just, there's not much paint there. So it's just a small amount, and I'm just going to brayer that out, and then I'm going to use this for my stamping purposes. But you could also use that as a background in itself. You could use that in as a background in itself. Cheeky devils. Azure, that's my, Olga, that's my posh voice. Don't you take the mickey out of my azure. That's my posh voice. You don't get posh very often, trust me. That's my posh voice, Olga. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding a couple of layers, and that could quite easily be a background on its own. So that could quite easily be a background on its own. So just give that, and I think we need to give this a little dry, so I'll put my heat tool in. I didn't plug my heat tool in because I needed to charge my iPad. You can buy pink ones. I need acrylic blocks with flashing lights so I can find them, still lose them with washi tape. Sheila, I can lose anything. I can lose anything. What it may be, Colleen, is when you brayer, you sort of lift your brayer up in the air just to sort of roll the brayer. You don't leave it sort of brayering flat. You sort of lift your brayer so that it touches the card at different times. So you lift your brayer slightly. Don't just do this. Don't do that. You need to lift it. You need to lift your brayer from the card. It actually lifts up from the card. You can't just go like that, because you won't get the same effect if you just roll it like you would rolling some paint on a wall. You have to sort of lift it up. So you have to lift it up just so that you get that effect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp my little birdies again. I'm going to stamp my birdies, but this time I only want the birds, and this time I'm going to stamp in black in the nocturne. So I'm going to stamp in black this time. So what you need to remember is when you're stamping on paint, you're stamping onto a plastic surface. So because you're stamping onto a plastic surface, 1, it can be slippy, 2, it can be sticky, and 3, you need to allow that ink to sit because you're stamping onto a sticky plastic layer of acrylic paint. So you need to allow that to sit. Practice rolling and gets easier for sure to have it look. Yes, it is practice, Belinda, exactly. It is practice. And sometimes if you forget to lift the brayer, you don't quite get the same effect. So it's just practice, like with everything. You know, I've been doing this a long time, so the more you do it, the more practice you get, the better you get. So it's not a problem. So we've got a beautiful bird there, and then we're going to stamp our next bird. So just dump this somewhere, Tracy, dump this somewhere. That's a professional term, to dump it somewhere. That's a professional term, but just look how lovely that bird looks. Just in the blues, I just love it. I love it in the blues. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give that image a blot. I'm just going to give it a blot. But that on its own could be a card, just on the blue with nothing else. You could literally create a notelet just like that. And it came up with unavailable. My brain... Why did it come up with unavailable? Have you tried Amazon, Pat? They've got Biotex. They've got Biotex. If you look up Amazon or cleaner for voiles or netting, you might find it. I'm wanting some all and create stamps for Christmas. Our best starting out. What do you see? What do you use the most? Also, what's the best paints as well, please? Now, to be fair, Alison, it'd be very unfair for me to say which stamps to start. Obviously, I would recommend my stamps, which is very unfair. I think what I would say is, when I'm recommending stamps, is I would say go for an image that you're going to use over and over again. Go for a stamp set, one stamp set that you know that you're going to use. So if you like flowers, or you like birds, or you like steampunk, whatever you like using the most, go for that area first to make sure that you enjoy using the stamps and to make sure you enjoy the style, and then maybe invest in others. But obviously, for me, you know, I don't want to just recommend my stamps. I want to say that it's best if you look at an image that appeals to you. So whether you like a steampunk image that Olga does, or whether you like a fish stamp that Papasha stamp does, or whether you like cuties that Janet does, whichever your style is, or whichever you do most of day to day or week to week. If you like flowers, then... So if you're like me then, Alison, and you like nature, for me, I have to have something that I know I can use throughout the year. So for instance, for me, like the bird stamps, I'm using the bird stamps now, but I'm using them in a Christmas theme, but there's nothing on these stamps that says Christmas. So I can use them for spring, summer, autumn, winter. I can use them for teenagers, older generation. So I can funky it up a bit and make it really colourful, or I can tone it down a bit and make it vintage for a masculine, or I can make it spring-like, or like today, I can make it Christmas-like. So for me, it's making sure that you go for an image that pleases you, that you know that, yes, when I look at it, it appeals to me. So for me, whereas Olga loves skulls, so that's what she goes for. And she likes, I've forgotten the word now, steampunk, and she likes that kind of thing. It's definitely going for something that appeals to you and you know you're going to use a lot of. For me, I always like the nature stamps because nature appeals to me vastly, because I just love anything nature inspired. So I just love that. And the reason I like nature is because all the stamp sets work together. They all work in conjunction with each other. Then you bust it. So I'm just trying to be fair to everybody, you know, because obviously there's lots of different designers out there and lots of different tastes, and everybody's got different taste. So for me, nature always appeals because I can use it all the time. So what I'm going to do now is just stamp my bird. And again, I'm going to use the same principle, allow the ink to sit. Inks and diology. You see, Debbie, you're getting like me. You see, Debbie? I'll be dropping large hints. To be honest, Alison, it's a good idea if, you know, if you want something like that for birthday or Christmas. At least then if you get one stamp set, you can play with it quite a bit. Play with that stamp set and do several designs in different colour themes. I've been called for my dinner. No problem, James. Have a good evening. But as long as you use it and it doesn't gather dust on the shelf, that's the main thing. As long as it doesn't gather dust. But you see, I love being creative and I love crafting and I love my paints. I love my inks. I really love paints and inks. But everybody's different. We have to remember that. So there's my bird. So I'm now going to just blot those images before I cut them out. I'm just going to blot those. I love Dina Wakley, Paper Artsy. They're a good price range because they're not too expensive. Yes, I can provide lots of ideas for stamp sets, definitely. But for that, I think it's important that you've got lots of ideas, lots of different takes on the stamp sets. So if you don't like blue, you can do it in greens. If you don't like greens, you can do it in browns. The idea is that you can adapt each one. So I'm now going to cut this out. Oh, nice, my birthday, a week before Christmas. Oh, is that yours, Belinda, a week before Christmas? I thought mine was bad on the 7th of January because everybody in my family always says, oh no, no birthday presents for the 7th of January. Can't have birthday presents. They're only taking the mickey, but they always say that. They say no birthday presents for the 7th of January. Just because it's just after Christmas. So I'm just cutting the birds out. Yes, I could have had these prepped, but I wanted to show the whole process of the card rather than rush it. Oh, is yours the 17th? Oh, we're both a 7. Have asked Santa for all and create dies. Oh, bless Lucy. I need to ask Santa for something. Actually, I'm not getting anything this year, to be honest. I don't know what I'm talking about. Me and Ian are not buying for each other. That's probably because Ian knows that when I want some craft stuff, I just go shopping, sitting there in the evening, and I go shopping on my iPad, so he knows me too well. Oh, is yours the 8th of January, Anne? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, Jane's Christmas Day. That's difficult because you've got to try and separate birthday from Christmas. That is very difficult to separate them both so that you feel like you're getting two special occasions. That's very difficult. Our family tradition was to put the Christmas tree up on my birthday. Oh, that's lovely, Belinda. Oh, no, it's not fair. Yes, we're not buying each anything, Olga, for Christmas. Ian says, I've got more craft stuff than scents in my room. I said, there's always room for more. There's always room for more. That doesn't stop me. Do you know what I do? I buy myself Christmas presents and then wrap them. Oh, that's a good idea, Jane. That's a good idea. I buy myself Christmas presents and wrap them. And then I've got Christmas presents that I've wanted. So I buy myself them all the time. I'm good like that at buying Christmas presents for myself. And I know exactly what I want. Of course you can't have enough craft stuff. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So, no, I'll buy myself some Christmas presents. I don't mind. Actually, I haven't bought a single Christmas present this year and I've normally bought everything. I haven't bought a single one this year. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add these just so that it pops a little bit more. That brings everything to life. So we're going to stick those down. Oh, I love perfume. Yes, I love perfume. I like perfumes. I've got a diesel one at the moment. I do like perfume. But we said we weren't buying each other anything. We bought each other a conservatory roof. That was exciting, wasn't it? We bought each other a conservatory roof. Oh, was your mum the 7th, Vanessa? Oh, I need to get buying some Christmas presents for my children, or else they're going to have nothing, and that's not good. I say on the label, have a lovely time with this Grace gift. Yep, Linda, I do exactly the same. Buy Christmas presents to me from me. I do exactly the same. And it still feels nice when I bought myself Christmas presents, especially because I know I'm getting exactly what I want. So it's brilliant. I love it. So I'm just pressing that down to make sure the adhesive makes good contact. Just look how that pops now. It looks much better, but we still need to do some finishing off. What next stock of toilet paper for next lockdown? My children are doing very well, Belinda. How about your family? Yes, mine are doing very well. They're doing very well. They're keeping busy with work and college. So I'm just adding a squiggly line just to add to my baubles. Just adding a squiggly line for my baubles. And I need to give it a little bit more life. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some more detail now. So I'm going to add my mica flakes. I can't use perfume now as I'm allergic to anything with perfume in. Was conservatory necessary, Olga? Oh, I'm glad you said that, Olga. I'll just buy myself twice as many presents. So I'm glad you said that. That's brilliant. I can just have twice as many presents now. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to add some dots of glue just to add some mica to my card. I just want to add some mica. So I'm just adding some PVA randomly just over my card, just so it brings it to life a little bit more. Just randomly, nothing too specific. Exactly, and why not? Mine are good, but I haven't seen them in months. Oh, my husband says I have a Christmas day every day. Oh, no nails, no hairdresser. Oh, hey, Janet, that's a good point. I forgot I've got more money because I'm not having my nails done. Hey, that's a good point. So I'm just adding my mica flakes. This keeps Olga happy because she likes me to add mica flakes. So I'm just going to press those down just onto the adhesive. No, Diane, it's classed as wear and tear, Diane. So I've had to pay for the roof myself. And now I might start selling limbs. No, I've had to pay for the roof myself. It isn't covered under insurance. It's classed as wear and tear. Just a little bit. What do you think? Don't you think that looks quite designerish, Olga? What do you think? It looks quite effective, that does, don't you think? Just the whole jar. Yes, but then we do this. Just flick the mica. And now I have mica bits all over my craft room, and it makes it look very Christmassy. I love it. But mica flakes don't just have to be for Christmas. Mica flakes, these are the distress ones. The distress ones. James has got the distress mica flakes. So just make sure that I don't want to waste them, so I'm making sure I've got every single mica flake. So just add that mica flake, and let me just hold this up so you can see the mica flakes, and you won't see any adhesive when it's all done. You won't see any adhesive at all, just those mica flakes. We watched Special Agent and they have episode about Chanukah. Oh, so you just see the mica flakes. You don't see any of the adhesive, and that's where the branch comes into its own. So now we need some finishing touches. So I've got a couple of lollipop sticks here. Now I need to find my stamp. Which stamp do I want? This is where I look at stamps and think, which stamp set do I need? So let me just swap my stamp sets over. need to try out my mica flakes. I've just used PVA. I've just used PVA, Belinda, to adhere the mica flakes. Just PVA. Just the tonic one. I've just used the tonic PVA. And I literally just dot it randomly. I like it to be random. I don't like it to be too regimented, because then it doesn't look natural enough to go with the natural imagery. So what we're going to do now, there's no room on my desk. I don't know why I try to do anything. On my stamp set are the words bird song. The words bird song. So I'm just stamping the word bird, like so. And I'm just going to stamp that onto my lollipop stick. I'm just going to stamp the word bird. Try not to stick my head in the screen. I definitely need a bigger desk. So I'm just adding the word bird. Hanukkah. No, it's called Hanukkah. Well, it's spelt, it's definitely in English. It's Hebrew word. Oh, thank you, Hope. Thank you. So just add the word bird to that piece of stick. And then I'm just going to add the word song to the other one. So I'm just going to add the word song to the other half. Just onto the lollipop stick. Just so that it gives me a different texture. Yeah, tonic craft PVA glue. Just a normal PVA. But any PVA should do the trick. Any PVA should do the trick as long as it's quite strong. Let's move that out the way. Bring our card in. Whoops. Bring our card in. And let's just mount it onto black card. Just a heads up, if we lose Tracy's Facebook, sometimes cuts off after an hour. So everyone oh, bless Belinda. Yes, I don't know why it does that after an hour. Perhaps my network's trying to say that I'm talking too much. What do you think? Perhaps my network's just saying. So I'm just using the tonic PVA glue, but as long as you've got an adhesive that's a really strong hold and it grabs hold, then you're absolutely fine. So I'm just adding this like so, just to the black mat, just so that it's stuck down. Just making sure that that's stuck down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere these here, just so that it's got the word bird that's now stuck to my finger. There are always some stamps, but it's difficult. Cricut has a great deal of stuff though, so I use that. What stamp set is the bird set? Just bear with me. There's two bird sets. The bird sets are Satchu, which I'm just chucking it. The bird sets are these Satchu. We've got the wire bird that's got the wire bird and this bird on. So there's two birds on the one stamp set, and then song, and then bird song, which has got the bird that you've just seen me use here, which is this one at the top. And then it's got the bird on the wheels as well, just so that you know. Oh, are you going to try it later, Hope? Yay, Hope. Oh, sorry, Hope. My brain isn't working. So I'm just going to add bird song here. This card, the actual white card itself, is 5 3/4 in width by 7 3/4 in height. So 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. My card blank itself, the actual card, is just 1/4 inch bigger. So this is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. So the black card is 6 by 8. And then I add a card blank. Just so it's a nice size. Hello, Francis. Plus the A6 bird set. Yes, there is, Carolyn. There's loads of bird sets. The A6 one as well. I love how that text is just peeking through in the background. I just love that, the way it's peeking through. I just think it's lovely. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some detail around the sides. So I'm just going to use the reverse squares by Abs. Yes, the crow. Yep, the crow is fab. So I'm just adding these squares around the background, just to add some touches of squares. just around the background of my card. Now, don't overpower it too much. You don't want it too overpowered. And each card that you do is completely different. Every time you create a card, it's never exactly the same. Oh, I'm glad you like the bird stamps. I love the bird stamps. I'm so pleased with them, mainly because I can use them for so many occasions. I just love the fact I can use them for so many occasions. Yeah, make a card to fit the envelope. So what I've got here is I've got some little pine cones. I've got some little pine cones. So just add these pine cones. Like so. And June, these are the pine cones that I've sent you. So just add some, and I'm just going to add this to my card blank, just so that you can see what it looks like on the card blank. So just add it to the card blank, just so you can see it finished. And of course, we're going to have to decorate the inside. So just add that to the card blank. So I've just gone up another 1/4 of an inch, another 1/4 of an inch. I've just gone up with the card blank, another 1/4 of an inch. Just gone up on the card blank. I got them from Amazon, Janet. They were quite cheap. I just put on a search for Amazon. No, I didn't. I put in a search for Pinecone charms, and I got them from Amazon, and they came like this. Has it got a code on there? I don't know whether it's got a code on there, but I've got brass ones and I've got silver ones. So I've sent you these, June. So, yes. So I don't know whether that's a code, Janet, or I can try and send you the link later. So I can try and send you the link later. So just add that to the card blank. And you just have to keep pressing your card blank because you've added lots of layers to make sure it sticks. If you can't find it, Janet, message me and I'll send you the link from my shopping basket. Because that's what I do all the time. I've always got something in my shopping basket. So what I want to do now is I want to add some pine cones. Whoops, which I've now dropped. Where's my pine cone? I've dropped my pine cone. Hang on a minute. There we go. I've dropped my little pine cone. I've picked it up now. So I'm just going to add these little pine cones just to my artwork. Just to add a few little pine cones. And if you let them just set for a few minutes, they set. Which glue do you prefer for glass domes? It depends what I'm sticking down. Are you sticking down the base? Or, you see, I still use a PVA for that. But if it's really dimensional, then I'll use my 3D heavy body gel if I want it to set like concrete. But if they're just a simple thing, I use my PVA. I'm still on. Oh, how did it go, Chris? Did you enjoy Bridgemere? How was Linda? I hope Linda's well. So I'm just adding some of my little charms here, just so you can see that it adds another element to your card. Yes, Chris is here. I hope Linda was okay, Chris. So what I want to show you now is the variations. So there's your card. Just putting a few small ones on berries. Sometimes I use a little bit of heavy body gel just to make sure it's truly solid. And what I've done on my original one is I've added to the inside of my card. You want me to show everybody my book workshop sample? Which one? I've made two. I've got one called Embracing the Blues and the Christmas one. So as you can see, I've added this to the inside, just so the inside of the card is finished. I can show my book, Belinda, no problem at all. And Belinda would like me to show my book. And then this is the variation of the card using the baubles. And I just love them. I just think the birds are so adaptable, whether you want to use wood pieces or whatever you want to use. The green one, you want me to show that one, Belinda? Okay. Do you mean this one, Belinda? Do you mean this book, Belinda? Let me just check if this is the book that Belinda wants me to show. Oh, I haven't told you. We've got a giveaway. We've got a giveaway. If you share this video, I will draw 3 winners. 3 winners, and you can choose a stamp set of your choice from All and Create. So if you can share this video and you're part of this live, then I will pick 3 random winners and you can all win a stamp set of your choice. So if you'd like to share, is this the one you want me to show, Belinda? So that's the cards and that's your live. So I'll show you the book for the workshop in December. I'll just move these to one side. It's all right, Lee. We've just created these cards, Lee. So I'll just show the book. I'll just let Lee see the card. I'll just let Lee see the cards just so she can see what we've made. And then I'll show this book because that's what Belinda would like me to show. Oh, thank you. So if you'd like to share, that'd be lovely. You don't have to share to be in with winning. I just draw a random winner. So I'll just draw 3 random winners. 3 random winners I will draw randomly after a few days. And each one of you can pick a stamp set of your choice. Obviously, it should if it's in stock. So this is the book that we're creating in a workshop. It's not quite finished yet. You're very welcome, Deirdre. This is from Abs at All and Create. Have you clear embossed the MDF bauble? No, I haven't. That's just stamped and it's got mica flakes on it. So no, I haven't clear embossed. I've just stamped it on the wood. So I haven't clear embossed that. Thank you for sharing. No, I've not clear embossed. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Clintine. It just gives you an alternative look, just so that you can see different variations. Just so you can see different variations. So this is the workshop that I'm doing in December over 5 days. And Belinda would like me to show it. It's not finished yet. I'm still working on it. And the idea is that you open the book and I'm going to have tags in here. So there'll be tags in here. You can see all the bird stamps again. Oh, Christine, oh, bless you. So you can see that we're going to put tags in here, which I will do later. I'm going to add tags. Oh, bless Serena. And then when you open it, we've got a little sneak peek there of new release. And this opens out into an accordion, like so. It opens out into an accordion and then opens the back. Which blue? The blue in the cards, Chris. The blue that I've just used is New Colours from James. Crispy Blue, I love that name. Crispy Blue and Azure. Azure. That's my posh voice, Chris. That's my posh voice. And then you've got this bit of the accordion, like this. Then you open it out and you've got cards, which I haven't finished yet. And then the back will be done. And then we've got this back. So if you open it out like so, it opens like an accordion. You open this one, and if I open it backwards, there's the back view. Not that you can see much. There's the back view. And then if I open it the other way, there's the front view. My next one day special is the 20th of November, but I'm not going to Achanda anymore. I'm not going to Achanda anymore because of lockdown and there's no hotels. So there's no hotels. Yes, only a couple of sneak peeks, Chris. They are not the whole new release. That's just one of them. I have got, I think it's 4 or 6 items in the new release. So I've got 4 or 6 items. So I just love it. I'm not a professional book artist, but I just love how it's come out. I'm just so pleased with it. And it's such a chunky little book. But I wanted it to try and make it different than everybody else's. This workshop, bear with me a second. This workshop, I have to get my dates. Just bear with me a second. This workshop is December the, oh, hang on. December the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. 16th to the 20th of December, that workshop is. That's that one. And then the beginning of December is the blue one. Is Embracing the Blues. So this is the earlier one. Is Embracing the Blues. So it's the earlier one. Again, they all need finishing bits and pieces to them. So this is the earlier one. Oh, you may have just spotted, Chris. Yes, you did request, and I do as I'm told. I don't know what's going to happen yet, Karen, or whether Abs might do the shows for me, which will be great. So what number is the Pinecone book? This Pinecone book is workshop 19 in my group, workshop 19. Just a couple of sneaky peeks there. So yes, what I'm trying to do with the workshops is, yes, you may know the techniques, but I'm just trying to give you a different look and different variety with different things and the way we approach them. So yes, so just a different look. So I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope you enjoyed the card. And in a few days' time, I will draw 3 random winners. You know I requested a pot too. You did, Belinda. And love the job. I love how you don't miss a trick, you lot do. You don't miss a trick. Thank you, Rizwana. So, didn't choose yet. Maybe all the way. Oh, bless. So, yes, it's just trying to give you different varieties for everybody. Not everything will appeal to everybody. So, and I want, honestly, neat. I can't stop using Distress Flakes. Look how many I've used. That's my pot. I've used half a pot already. Oh, you're very welcome, Belinda. I love doing the workshops. I love doing the workshops. For me, that's the best bit. That's better than a Chanda. It's better than anything. I love doing the workshops. So you're very welcome. I hope you enjoyed the live. As I said, the lovely Abs has said that we can have 3 random winners. So I'll draw 3 random winners in a few days, and you can all pick a stamp set of your choice. You're very welcome. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. So nice, everyone. It is lovely to see everybody again, Karen, isn't it? I just love being together. It feels like it's been a long time. We are slightly mad though, aren't we, Carol? We are slightly mad. So if you have a go at this, please share. I'd love to see, even if you do it in your different colours or your slant, I'd love to see it. We'll have to watch again after bedtime. No problem, Alison. I hope you're well. You're very welcome, Clintine. And I've sent your card as well, Clintine. I've sent the book today. I've sent it. So have a good evening, everybody. And I'll hopefully be back very soon with another live with Olga. So I shall see you all very soon. Oh, I'm still waffling, Chris. You know what I'm like, Chris. Waffle for England, me. Waffle for England. So yes. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your company. And I hope you had a nice afternoon, Chris. Oh, I'll definitely be doing more lives because we're back in lockdown from Thursday. So we'll be doing more lives to keep each other company, definitely. Can't wait to see yours, Jane. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Flower. Bye.